estudiantes, yo soy Mr. Señor, and today I'm going to go over how you do actividad 10, activity 10. It may be different when all is said and done, but nevertheless, if you're doing this assignment here, first you will be watching this video, which I will post on the playlist. When you get here, you're going to copy and paste this link up here. It's going to take you to a flippity randomizer. When we write sentences in Spanish, we should be asking ourselves questions to make sure that we're saying as much as we possibly can. We can ask ourselves the following questions. There's many that we can ask. We're going to start off with these 4 in Spanish. 3. First of all, who is the subject of our sentence? ¿Quién? What action? ¿Qué acción are they doing? That is our verb. To what thing or a person? It could also be a person. To what are they doing that action? So who? What are they doing? Who do they do that action to? And then lastly, and this one is the one that in Spanish 3 will get you the most bang for your buck, is why. Why would you do that? And I'm sure that's a question that many of you ask on a daily basis when you see, I don't know, your siblings or maybe your silly friends or something like that do something crazy. Why did you do that? I ask that question about Cameron constantly. So here, we have what you're going to do is you're going to go through and you're going to randomize your sentences. So, Cameron, estar avergonzado de la clase de matemáticas porque tiene mucha hambre. So this is kind of a silly sentence. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but nothing that Cameron truly does makes a lot of sense or entire sense or any sense at all. So this says, if I were to, well, here's what you're going to do. If this was your sentence, you will go back into actividad 10 and you would type in this is a skeleton sentence. So it's Cameron estar avergonzado de la clase de matemática. No, that's not how you spell that. Matemáticas. Go back. Because he's very hungry. What the heck? Porque tener mucha hambre. That is what the sentence randomizer gave me. Now, I want a word-for-word translation of what is said here. Not with fill-in conjugation. So what I mean is, this sentence literally translates to Cameron to be ashamed of math class because to have a lot of hunger. That is what that says. Are is to be. Tener is to have. It's not conjugated. So this probably sounds like Gerg the Caveman, because Gerg the Caveman can't conjugate his verbs. Cameron to be ashamed of math class because to have a lot of hunger. Okay, because cavemen can't conjugate their verbs. So we need to, first of all, we got to conjugate those verbs. The second thing that we have to do is try to make this make sense. So as a Spanish 3 student, I would expect that you would be able to fill in the gaps of information. So as I go through, I'm going to rewrite this in Spanish with the verbs conjugated. So Cameron está avergonzado de. He's ashamed of his math class. Now that doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm going to make it make more sense. So this is what I would expect you to do here. What is something about his math class that he could be ashamed of? Well, maybe he's ashamed of his math teacher. So he would say, Cameron está avergonzado de su profesor de la clase de matemáticas porque and then tiene mucha hambre. Tener becomes tiene. It depends on who is hungry here. If we are meaning that the teacher is hungry, actually it wouldn't even matter in this sentence because profesor and Cameron use the same conjugation, the he, she. Because we're going to say his teacher is hungry. He's ashamed of his hungry teacher. That makes a whole lot of sense. But for the purpose of this assignment, it's supposed to be silly anyway. Porque su profesor tiene mucha hambre. So you're filling in the gaps of information. Now you will translate the sentence again, and it should make a lot more sense. Cameron is ashamed of his math teacher because his teacher is hungry. Poor math teachers, you're not allowed to be hungry. Que ridículo. So that is what I want you to do. And really the whole idea here is one, to get you some practice with conjugation. But secondly, I want to open your eyes that we should be asking questions as we're writing to ensure that we can write as much as we can. Because, for example, writing a simple sentence such as I am angry is not enough for Spanish 3. We should be able to tell why we're angry, who we're angry at, what made us angry. We're going to begin looking at those questions. So your sentence structures are going to get longer and longer in Spanish. And I'm going to begin using this tool, the Flippity Randomizer, to help us along the way. So if you have any questions with this activity, please email me at gmakowski@nrwcs.org. Adios.